Welcome everyone. So we're still back on this Christmas training vlog. Woke up early this morning, so I was able to get this lift in and get some recording done. For today, this is the last and final week of this hypertrophy phase you guys saw last week. How I'm gonna go about filming today is hopefully be a little bit shorter, a little bit more raw of just this is what we're doing. Here's the changes we're making. Here's the progressions from week 3 to week 4. So today, day 1, back with these like hip cleans, hang cleans. Intensity is going to increase, so getting heavier. Got to make sure we're staying focused on our positions, making sure we're not getting sloppy as it starts to get heavier. We're still going to superset with these drop jumps, sticking with the 20 inches, making sure we're landing on the balls of those feet and all that, trying to think more like strengthening the bottom of our foot and landing in a more like athletic position. I'm just gonna give you a couple clips of this. We're gonna see how it goes today. Like I said, I might keep this as raw as possible, so we might have music in the background, we might not, we'll see. I'm gonna try to make sure that we don't get hit with a takedown from YouTube for having something playing in the background, but it is what it is. So let's get these cleans in, these drop jumps in for you today. So first 2 sets, one thing I'm noticing as it's getting heavier is really having to forcing, like pulling back into the bar, right? Because if I just stay relaxed, the weight of the bar is gonna wanna pull me forward, and I feel like now I'm making contact too low. It's not allowing me to kind of stay tall through it. Also with these hip cleans, as it's getting heavier, that dip and that little bit of propulsion I'm getting on that drive up is good, but I need to also focus on continuing to pull that bar once I reach that triple extension, but not only pulling, but dropping under the bar. So as it gets heavier, that distance is going to travel a shorter bit. So maybe coming from hip, it's only now coming to just above my belly button. So I need to drive under the bar, wrap my elbows around quicker. So really good. I think the weight for this is a good intensity to make it challenging, but also not to the point where like we're failing, we're missing, like it's getting sketchy. Like it's a good challenging weight to make sure that we're enforcing these good positions and making sure that we're still being able to feel each one of these as we're kind of progressing from that hip down to the hang. So that wraps up our clean complex. I really liked as I went through set 3, 4, and then you guys saw the last one, the 5th set, just being more cautious or cognitive, I guess, of on that hip clean as I'm driving up, pulling myself down more into like a quarter squat position and all that. Like now as the weight is getting heavier with these complexes, it's not only, all right, using my hips driving triple extension, as I'm in the hang, pulling that bar into me now, but now we have to start adding other layers to this of, all right, we're getting that triple extension, we're pulling. We need to start pulling ourselves down under the bar as it's getting heavier for it. So excited for this complex to kind of build out a little bit more over the next 4 weeks. We're going to go into our squats. So for this last phase of squats, I was going to add a whole nother set for the drop set, so another 8 and then another 6. And then last night I was like, you know what? What would it be like to do a double drop set? So that's how I'm going to program it today. Also for timing, I feel like it'll be a little bit easier to just kind of get through it. So we're going to go our set of 8, 70, set of 6 at 50. Then we're going to do another set of 6 at like, I guess that would be technically like 30-ish% of my 1 rep max. It's going to be 135 on the bar. So it goes 235, 170, 135. And I think actually it's 175 just because I use 210s. So the math is a little bit easier in terms of moving plates. So that's how we're going to hit it, 4 sets, and we're going to hit this double drop set as we go through. So clean up this. We're going to warm up. Once we're done warming up, I'll kind of give you guys a little bit better layout, how I'm stacking the weights up, and then give you 1 or 2 clips of this double drop set we're doing today and let you know how it's feeling. All right, got the weights loaded up. I don't know if I explained this last time in last week's video. For the 235, we're going to go 45, 210s, 25, and then a 5, right? So we're equaling out that 235. Just for the drop sets, it's so much easier to just pull off the 25 and the 5. Boom, we got our 175 for set 2. And now for this week, adding another drop set, we just got to pull off those 210s for our 135. So easier way of just kind of stripping the weight down for these drop sets. Also, I know me, if I had 2 25s and a 5, we're taking a 1 off, putting more stuff on, I'm just going to take a little bit more time and get some more rest in. So this kind of just forces me like, hey, the weight's already there, let's go, let's knock it out. So give you a couple clips of this, kind of show you how I feel. Curious to see how the legs feel after that second drop set. Honestly, the first set, not that bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, the second set of 6, even as light as it was though, the tightness in the quads, like just kind of that like pump feeling, wasn't as bad as I thought. I probably could have maybe gone from like 175 to 155. So maybe something in the future, kind of looking at like, how do I do these drop sets? How does the intensity drop off? Now we've got 4 of these total, so I'm not going to get too zealous of like, oh, first one felt great, because again, set 2, you're compounding more. 3, you're compounding more. By set 4, like, hopefully it won't get buried in the bottom, but I like it. It's definitely a cool progression from when we went week 1, intensity increase, week 2, volume increase, week 3, and now another volume increase this week by adding that second drop set. So not too bad. We'll see how the rest of the sets go. I'll probably show you guys maybe the 3rd and the 4th. If not, I'll definitely make sure I show you guys the last one as we're going through. All right, so that's gonna be a wrap for today. You guys saw the first and fourth set of these like double drop set back squats. And I said how the first set, that last set, felt money. I was right, where set by set, it just progressively got worse and worse and worse. Not unbearable to where like we failed, we bailed, like my quads locked up, but definitely a little bit in that lower back. So I'm gonna have to watch the videos as I'm editing this to kind of see where is my positioning, right? Am I starting to lean a little bit forward? Am I not driving those knees forward more to get more dorsiflexion so that way I can stay more upright? Also, what did I not do today with my movement prep? Is it, hey, we woke up, grabbed some caffeine, came down here, started banging some weights. Body wasn't as warm and pliable as it normally is if I'm lifting more, say like 10 or 11. So different things that can come in, but hopefully you guys liked today's video. Short and sweet, just kind of showed you that A block, B block, kind of really focusing more on this like double drop set that we're doing. I'm excited to maybe play with this a little bit more with the intensities in our next hypertrophy phase, and then maybe change it up a little bit, possibly thinking of like a safety squat bar. I feel like this double drop set would be great on like a hack squat, but obviously in the garage I don't have a hack squat. We don't have one at work, so it's just trying to now figure out what exercise and pieces of equipment I do have that we can kind of use, because I definitely think the fatigue factor on the double drop set is gonna set in, say, more so than loading the legs. Like I said, my legs are sore, they feel good, but definitely after that last one, it was more so in that like lower back region that definitely started to get more taxed sooner. So we'll figure out, try to think of a different way of possibly loading this up for our next couple weeks of this hypertrophy phase. So appreciate you guys for watching. As always, if you need you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. Be happy to ask them and all that. And if you're a coach watching this, hey man, reach out, let's connect. I love talking shop with different coaches around the world.